Good morning, everybody. This is an overlook of Duluth, Minnesota. Duluth is on the western tip of Lake Superior. I've been in the Great Lakes region for I think about 3 weeks now, starting with Indiana Dunes and then Voyagers and then Isle Royale. And so it's just been a fantastic area to visit. I haven't been here in my life, and it's just been spectacular. I couldn't have asked for better. Duluth here is a departure point for me. I'm headed straight west, and I'm going to be going at somewhat of a brisker pace than I have been so far because the tenants of my house are moving out. My son and his friend, they found other housing, and Athena's going to need care. So the timing all works out. I'm going to be going at a little bit brisker pace on the way home. I'm going to be going probably about 4 or 5 hours a day and getting home in a week rather than the 2 weeks that I had originally planned. But I'm also a little bit homesick, I gotta admit. I really want to see Athena. I really want to see Mitchell. I really want to have showers that last more than 2 minutes, you know, and sleep in my own bed and have a big desk where I can work on videos and stuff like that. So it's time. This is a departure point, Duluth, Minnesota. I am headed that way, west. And so I'm gonna say bye-bye to the Great Lakes region. So I'm on I-94 headed west in North Dakota. And some people might say that there's not a lot to see in North Dakota. But I say, look, this is a great time for you to chat with the people you're in the car with. And you're in the car with me, so I'm gonna chat with you. All right, so here's one of the things that I have often been asked on this journey, and by people who are like other campers and people who are like are asking, you know, where are you from? And then they find out I'm on this mega trip. I should put that differently. I'm on this long journey. So, and that is, what has been your favorite national park? Okay, so as I left the Southwest, I would have to say Big Bend was absolutely the best because of the hiking. But then I got to New River Gorge, and that became my favorite because of the just, you know, hiking to the bottom of the gorge, the bridge experience, which was absolutely terrifying, and then the whitewater rafting, which was exhilarating. I mean, I really loved New River Gorge. So I was kind of like, after that, I was like, well, New River Gorge and Big Bend, I really like those. And then, now that I'm headed home from the Lakes region, look, at Voyagers National Park, I got to see the Northern Lights, and that was unbelievable, once-in-a-lifetime experience. I was just like, this trip could not get more magical than this. And then I went to Isle Royale and just had the best time there with the wildlife, the moose encounters and that eagle's nest. I just stood underneath that eagle's nest for an hour just watching it. So I'm looking back and I'm going, God, those 4 were like amazing. But then I look back at the whole trip and I'm going, what about the spa at Arkansas Hot Springs, Mammoth Cave, Carlsbad Caverns? What about Stone Mountain in Georgia, Shenandoah, Great Smoky Mountains, touching the 4 corners, the Pacific Ocean, Mexico, the Atlantic Ocean, and Canada? What about the Towpath Trail in Cuyahoga Valley? I mean, I look back on this trip and I'm going, oh my gosh, I cannot believe how spectacular every experience has been. It has been nothing short of amazing, and I am so filled with gratitude for everything I was able to see and experience. The seaplane, right, to Isle Royale, I mean, everything has just been so spectacular. And then avoiding disaster, like, you know, not being able to find a camp spot. How many times did I get the last camp spot at some places? Tornadoes missing me by 24 hours or less, hailstorms that are just missing me, even that 100-mile-per-hour incident at Guadalupe Mountains. Boy, I dodged a bullet there after seeing the damage that was done to other RVs. And I'm thinking, you know, I feel like this journey has just been like somehow preordained or something. And I have had just the most spectacular time. Our national parks are national parks for a reason. And I think I'm even more in love with the national parks now that I've seen all of the national parks of the lower 48 and Hawaii. I've done all of Hawaii. So I'm just feeling nothing but gratitude. It has been a spectacular trip and filled with amazing experiences and memories. I don't know what else to say. I've got so many favorites, I can't count them all. Welcome to Theodore Roosevelt National Park. This is the Painted Canyon Nature Trail, and it's just right off the visitor center over there. I don't have a whole lot of time here since I'm staying overnight, so I'm just gonna do some short hikes that are available and kind of take it easy, but enjoy some of these views. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Isn't this amazing? Look at that. The Painted Canyon takes you right down to these interesting, they're like clay-like formations. So I imagine when it rains, it just really erodes off of here. It's just like soft. I don't know. See that? That's what that is. So who knows how long this particular mound is going to be here. Since I only stayed one night in Theodore Roosevelt National Park, I decided to head out for a quiet bike ride in the morning and just see what I could see. It turns out that early morning in the park is a really good time to see wildlife, like pronghorn antelope. I'm gonna call this the Los Angeles of prairie dog towns. This entire place is one big prairie dog community. I thought for sure I'd see a herd of bison, but alas, I guess it wasn't to be. But then, just as I was leaving the park, my trip guardians treated me to a fond farewell from this herd of bison as I continued my journey home. We'll just go nice and slow through here. Welcome to Montana. Montana really is big sky country. It's beautiful here. So as I'm driving, I'm thinking about the ongoing electrical issues with the R-Pod, right? So let me start by showing you this graph. Now, I have a Bluetooth battery monitor and it connects to an app on my phone. So I'm able to monitor the output of the batteries on a daily basis as time goes on. Now, what you can see here is that there are peaks and valleys every day. The peaks are when I'm driving. That makes total sense. The tow vehicle is charging the battery of the R-Pod while I'm driving. The valleys is when I'm stopped. That would be lunch, rest stops, etc., and overnight. Now, I have been using minimal power, even overnight, because the evenings have been so warm. And so what you should see a lot of times in these valleys is that the power remains steady, but it doesn't. It's been decreasing over time. And that means that I'm losing charge in the battery for some reason. Okay, enough of this graph. Okay, so I'm thinking it's one of two things. First, it could be that the batteries are bad. One or both. Because they're not holding a charge. Now, I just bought those batteries a year ago, so I'm kind of like, oh, I doubt if they would fail so soon after just one season. But it's a possibility, right? So I can test that. The second thing that it might be is indeed a bad converter, because what I've read online is that a bad converter can actually drain your batteries. Now, I have enough power that I'm generating every day that the batteries don't drain down to zero. I've got enough power to run stuff overnight before I drive the next day. So I'm going to be home in about 2 or 3 days, and at that point I'll be able to test everything and figure out what it is that needs to get fixed. But until then, we'll just limp along until we get home. I mean, it's not really limping, I'm doing just fine. And but it's still something that's occupying brain space. What really is the electrical issue? This is Pompey's pillar. This is apparently the only place where the Corps of Discovery left physical evidence of being here. So William Clark carved his name up there. So I am going to climb over there and see if I can go see it. Well, apparently William Clark is going to make us all work for it. I guess I need to go up there. I have to go up there. Oh no, caution snakes. Well, that's exactly what I wanted to see. You know, if they just put snakes in the grass, I think that would deter people more than these signs will. See the snake in there? It's not moving. Okay, now it's moving its head a little bit. See it right there? There, now you can see it. It's like, it looks like a rattlesnake. That's like a 4-foot long rattlesnake. Yeah, you just keep on it going and I'll just stay right to here. Okay, here we are. There it is. I'm glad they don't let people get close to it. Welcome to Washington. I am in my home state. Exciting. The next morning, I finally arrived at home after 126 days of this amazing journey. Here's the greeting I got from my dog Athena as I pulled up in front of my house after almost 15,000 miles on the road. Who's that girl? Who's that girl? Oh, I think she remembered. Who's that girl? Who's that girl? Who's that girl? Hi, sweetie. Hi, sweetie. Hi, Athena Bear. Hi, Athena Bear. Athena Bear. Hi, Athena Bear. Hi, Athena Bear. Are you excited to see me? Are you excited? Are you excited? Oh my gosh. Hi, sweetie. Are you excited? Shh. Oh my gosh. Hi, sweetie. Hi, sweetheart. Come here. Come here. Be sure to subscribe. There's still more to come, including an outtakes video, a musical recap that'll be a lot of fun, and the conclusion to the electrical issue with my R-Pod. We'll see you again real soon. That's so cute.